Alright, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Pyre Community RITE Night, which means, of course, some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre, featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. And if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then look no further. That is the place to be, and you can headbutt the microphone and also join said Discord server by clicking on that link right there. But those of you in chat, you are not off the hook. No, because you see the red circle with the white L below chat. You click on that, you'll find all the various requests you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players' exiles, masteries, songs, arenas, even Titan stars, are all fair game. So, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode, and let's get going. We'll set ourselves back to our defaults, but let me know if there's anyone who would like to get us started today, or if there's anything we'd like to see for our first match today. Let me jump into Discord while I'm at it. Okay. I am ready to go. And thank you, Core, for the sub. Appreciate the support. And some enthusiasm in chat before we were getting things started here today. Just finished the game today. Would like to see what the meta looks like. Oh, well. You are in the right place. How's it going, Elon?
Welcome.
And thanks for the follow. Appreciate the support. We're just getting started, so let us know if there's anyone who would like to jump in today. I don't know about that, iRotor. I mean, sure, it may not be a ton of people, but we've had a lot of time to develop a meta. That's true. The meta is whatever we want it to be at any given point in time. And it has evolved over time, for sure. I mean, we've talked about this many times before. You know, once upon a time, it was super speedy triple curs. But then, over time, it has changed considerably, and okay, well now suddenly we have 3 people volunteering to jump in. What's up, Anor, iRotor, and Core? Alright, well let's see. It looks like we might need to have a Gladiator Death Pit match to determine who goes in first. Bottled Void, once upon a time, a talisman that we had thought was atrocious. We had made talisman tier lists, and it became, you know, a bit of a thing for people to throw in whatever talismans they thought were at given tiers, and almost always Bottled Void was in the bottom tier, sometimes by itself. But then that changed. That started to change. And every class has its own way in which it can affect the matches, for sure. Okay, but hold on. Let me figure out, how are we determining which people are going in here? Because iRotor, Core, and Anor all volunteered. Core said let Anor go first. So maybe that means Core is offering up his spot to Anor, so we go iRotor, Anor. This is true. If we want to be considerate of the Europeans, that might be best. Get them in first. Okay. Let me get the invites going here then. Alright. Invite number 1. Invite number 2. So yeah, I mean, the meta, quote-unquote, certainly evolves over time, and it depends. You know, every class has a thing that it can contribute toward the rights. Lots of talisman choices. Certainly talismans, there are still ones that are considered quite popular and quite powerful, so you'll still see a fair bit of repeats there. But, you know, for each individual person, they can find ways to make different teams succeed.
Liz?
So, oh yeah, what's up?
You still have your controller plugged in.
I may have that. Not anymore. I don't know what you're talking about. I definitely didn't have my controller plugged in. Well, Pyre is a 3-person game, isn't it? There are three characters on each triumvirate, so I don't see what the problem is. I don't see what you're making such a big deal about.
I'm player 2, so I assume Anor's player 1.
Okay, let me set you guys up then. I mean, that may be a safe assumption, but it may not be. This is Steam Remote Play, and it would not be the first time we have seen the same two players controlling the same team. So I wouldn't necessarily rule that out just yet. I assume Nightwings for you, Anor?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Oh, and we hit the reset button. My bad. Okay. Oh, and also iRotor is now a CPU. Alright. I don't think I saw any requests for this first one.
It would be great if I had to dial for my skill level.
I think we're good to go here. Few characters you couldn't make work like Volfred and Gilman. Oh, well, we shall see.
Okay, maybe Quad could have gone first, but if you're around for a while, then okay. So you couldn't make Wolfred work, okay.
To conduct this rite.
Dan's good at Anor's then, I suppose.
Try not to let the pressure get to you. Prepare yourselves, Nightwings.
Yeah, Nor might have a strong reaction to that statement. I mean, I think it's pretty fair to say that a lot of people struggle, at least initially, with Volfred, since he does play very, very differently from other characters, but you are looking at our resident sap expert here. So Nor will go with the nutrition stick on Volfred to lead things off. What's up, Blood Princess? How's it going? You are just in time for our first match. And a speedy Udmilda. That is how iRotor will start things off today. Yeah, but that's what I mean. You know, like, everyone has their own class that they specialize in, or at least that they like to use a lot. So for one person, it might be that, you know, it's demons. Another for them, it's the worms. I mean, I might tend to agree with Core, but everyone has their own opinion.
Dalbert.
It's prayer beads on Dalbert for iRotor, so he'll come back from banishment when he plunges. Titan Tooth, so Tizo will stun anyone that he flies into, and he will also create super portals, giving his teammates infinite stamina after they go through them. And Web Lanthorn Raji for iRotor will bring back teammates whenever he banishes someone. And is iRotor getting started off with that super speedy Udmilda. Going for the throw, and it does land here for 25. Anor first the orb, but quickly gets banished. Jody into the lava she goes, and Anor momentarily is defenseless here, although the orb has flown off. Volfred against Udmilda. Now two-pronged attack with Dalbert on the other side, and he's the one who makes it in here with a 20 damage plunge. And with his prayer beads, he will return for this round. Jody banishes with her throw, but then gets banished. And that means Nora's defenseless, but with her sap mastery has made it such that iRotor cannot spritch jump or throw when everyone is gone on Anor's side, but iRotor's still able to score once Anor got someone back, and he was able to speed through once again. Anor trying to take advantage of that banishing throw with Jodariel, does banish one defender, but then gets banished by Delbert. who waits for the orb to return. That buys a little bit of time for Volfred to make a move. He does go down, though. Iroder, considering his options here, goes the Dalbert route, and it works. Jody for an orb. Just off target a little bit there on the banishing throw. Ludmilda blocked and Titan Tooth stunned. Oh, but huge implosion there from Iroder's Raji. Anor momentarily has the infinite stamina with Jodariel, and that gives her enough speed to make it over for the 30 damage throw. And Anor took the numbing gust on Volfred, which means he's all the way down on the left side, as everyone's down on her end. So does she have any rekindling here? At most, it would just be 10. She might have a second life bar. If she doesn't, then one score is potentially all that Iroder needs here, as he gets another big banishment from his imp. Anor, meanwhile, will stall until she gets some of her teammates back from banishment. Volfred has returned. Sneaks to the other side of the pyre and throws that one in for 10. Tizo, suddenly by himself, waits long enough to get Volfred back. Now Volfred charging up the throw. Oh, and not quite quick enough on the release there. Jody through the portal quickly, but Iroder does plunge in, and there is the rekindling. Anor's second life bar revealed, so she did have rekindling, but as suspected, it is just 10 here. So now one score from Iroder would surely do the trick. So Anor running out of time, but can she get something done here with Jodariel? Jodariel is banished. Iroder eyeing the portal, goes through it, but rushed down. Volfred, oh, elusive from him. Does eventually get banished. Jodariel was looking for a portal to go through, but Anor doesn't have one at the moment. That leaves just Tizo once more. Volfred, quick counterattack from him. Eyeing up perhaps what she intended to be a plunge with Volfred, but over-blinked a little bit, and there is Iroder sneaking in for the winning plunge. GG.
The scribes themselves surely have taken note. Thus end this night's proceedings.
Alright, well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
Alright, now let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. Otherwise, we'll have the players take whatever they'd like here. Not seeing anything at the moment other than now a grand ceremony song request. Will that be all, though? Looks like it might be. So let's get... Oh, hold on. Hold on. Glade of Blue. Is there more? Because suddenly, this could be with the intention of setting up a certain combo in particular. That may or may not be the thing that Core has been repeatedly spamming in chat. Well, there wasn't a request to go along with that spam. So, at the moment it stands as just a Glade of Lou request. So we'll keep it at that.
The Night Wings shall shall confront the withdrawn. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
So your team composition is up to you here. No requests from chat affecting that. As this time, Anor will start with a speedy crone. And it's Iroder who goes the sap route, this time with a speedy throw for Palmas. Is Bottled Void good? Used it twice with the revive ability, and it was nice, but kind of inconsistent. Well. Oh, can someone just screenshot that real quick? Could someone just screenshot this right here in the top right corner of the screen? I think we might need to put that one in the archive. Nutrition stick on Volfred once more for an ore here. What are these new characters? That's a good question. Iroder, do you mind just hovering over some of the people at the bottom there, the modded characters? So these are the characters that we've modded in. They're on that bottom row there. They're the same stats-wise, masteries-wise as the other characters of the same class. It's just a way to make it so that if, for example, Iroder wanted to use 3 harps, he can use Zoxiana to get a 3rd harp, in addition to the usual Pamitha and Tamitha. Same thing with all the other classes and characters down there that we've added in. Just makes it possible to do triple characters, and since there are 3 demons, but one of those 3 demons is Orlek, who has different stats than everyone else, we also threw in a 3rd demon too. So we've made a few little changes like that. Added in those characters, did some mods for the raiment colors so that the characters' raiments align with whatever team you are playing as, rather than whatever team the character is originally from, which would usually be the case. This is that Numbing Gust activating once again for Anor, slowing Iroder down, but not stopping him from getting in here for a 20 damage Cur Plunge. Both players getting aggressive with their saps and saplings, and I suppose only fitting that they took each other out. Iroder once again slowed by the Numbing Gust, but this time was stopped. And Anor on the counter with Volfred goes for a quick point-blank throw for 6 damage. Bertrude.
I almost pity what transpired there.
Iroder again with Dalbert.
Dalbert plunged into the adversaries. The orb is up.
Bertrude speedy enough to get to the orb first, but goes into the sapling. And Volfred straight in with that nutrition stick blink. Well shielded from Iroder there, knocking the cast back in Bertrude's face, taking her out, and that leaves just Tizo back defensively. But that is his specialty. And now here's Bertrude. And oh, it really looked like she was going to be quick enough to make it in there, but just barely banished before she did score. Once again, no one back defensively for Anor, so Numbing Gust active, slowing Iroder down, and giving Anor enough time to recover. Through the portal she goes, and in Bertrude goes for a 30 damage plunge.
The withdrawn's adversaries gained an edge.
Oh, and Tizo trying to get that banishment by automatically exploding when he dropped down into the sapling, but Iroder saw it coming and fled the scene of the crime. anticipating that that might be coming soon. But there is Anor once again with a quick, extra distance blinking Volfred, setting up a 15 damage throw. Dalbert blocked, banished. Volfred off to the races once more, but this time he is stopped. Bertrude somehow does the banishing rather than getting banished, but still unable to make it in there. And it's Dalbert, brings back his teammates in the process. But if at first you don't succeed, try and try again, and on the third attempt he does make it in there.
Now to the flame.
Tizo, blocked, banished. And now Portal, somewhat close to Rotor's Pyre that Anor could look to use.
The orb is up.
That is, if Dalbert doesn't sneak through here once more, plunging for 20 and now dropping Anor down to 20. Which again means one more score, potentially all that Rotor would need here. Unless Anor has once again taken that 10 rekindling. Which is the case here. So Anor now onto her second life bar. But it does mean that one score, very likely all that Rotor would need here. For Anor, also possible to finish this with one score, but it would have to be either Bertrude or Volfred, as Tizo does not have enough damage to do it in one go. Here is Bertrude, though. She's banished. Volfred banished as well. Tizo. Through the portal he goes. He's banished, but Bertrude returns. Plunges in, but Rotor also has rekindling, so we have ourselves a sudden death match. 10 Pyre life apiece. Both players on their second life bars after that rekindling from their saps. Anor without Bertrude and now without anyone else either. Numbing Gust will slow Rotor down. Oh, and just enough for Tizo to make the winning, the game-saving play for Anor. Now, can she capitalize on the other end? Well, that sap throw will seal the deal.
The Nightwings prevail.
GG.
They somehow managed to scrape by despite their adversaries' efforts. Thus end this night's proceedings.
Stowaway Pamitha Gilman, most popular, most common for you to use in this story. That's pretty similar to what it was for me. Probably swap out Stowaway for Gilman, and that would probably be my most common lineup.
Until the stars align.
Gilman, Pamitha, and Gilman? Oh, I meant Rookie. Rookie Pamitha Gilman was their most common team. But also Gilman, and Gilman. Alright, well, let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see for the next one. Otherwise, I will reset us here. Yeah, what, you guys mean to tell me that you did not use Gilman in every slot on your team during the campaign? Stowaways, yeah. Tay, May, Shay, Faye, the Stowaway. It's just a way to work around the name that is potentially different for everyone else. Alright, Blood Princess is turning Customize off here. So that means randomized Exiles, Masteries, and Talismans. Won't even get to see what those things are in advance, just gonna get thrown straight into the action. Path to Glory as well. We'll see if Anor can predict something here with that request. So what are we gonna see? more accusers than usual, or maybe the accusers arena. Yeah, I think May and Faye are probably the most common. All right, we could do an arena, but otherwise just about everything is accounted for here. Oh, okay, and we will lock in the Glade. All right, let's see what we end up with here. What will it be?
The Night Wings shall take on.
It is Crone, Savage, and Sap for Anor. It is Worm, Imp, and Cur for Iroder. Everything else remains to be seen, as we do not know what the masteries or talismans are at this stage. So we'll see if we can figure that stuff out. Meanwhile, the players might try to test some of those things out. Oh, Vengeful Vow, was that on Manly, or was that on Messenger Imp? I'm not sure.
A banishment.
Parker has at least 2, possibly the full 3 jumps, which is probably a welcome sight for Iroder. No prayer beads on him, so he's now gone for this round. But Messenger Imp goes straight in there. No prayer beads on him either, so he's now gone for this round. Sees chance on Deluge. Oh, and Anor jumps in for 20, but if you weren't paying close attention, or if you were paying close attention, you might have noticed some important information we just learned about. Was it Parker on Iroder's side? Well, let's just say it was customized off, and so we had to have at least somebody have a cursed talisman, right? Ooh, well, oh no, it's Vengeful Vow is on Manly, okay. Confirmation on that. Gertrude. Manly. Oh.
Spikes, can you re-invite me?
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Now we get the exciting question of, when I get them back in, are they going to be playing on the same team? Let's see. So Anor is player 1. In theory, one would think that means I should invite Anor first. I will do that. Whether or not that actually means Anor is going to be player 1, now that's a totally different question. Alright, so Anor is in. Now I will send the invite to Iroder. Hopefully that means he will be player 2. Alright, and when you two are ready, I'll give you guys a countdown. I'll go 3, 2, 1, go, and on go I'll hit resume. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's just hopefully find that Anor is still the Nightwings and...
No, we are wrong.
Nope.
No! Why remote play? Why?
Just put me as 2 and Anor as 3.
Okay, hold on. We can fix this. We can fix this. Okay, so just do a little bit of that. Okay, theoretically, that was me moving Manly as I was tapping back in, but apart from that,
No, I'm still...
Yeah.
oh, remote play. Oh, remote play. Okay, shall we try? Who wants to be player 4? Who wants to see what that does? Let's have Iroder be player 4 and see what that does.
I cannot control anything. Well, now I control... No, I can still control the knife.
Still control the night. Well, the thing is that, well,
Wait, why don't you put me in as controller 3 again? Or put me in as controller 2 and re-invite Anor again. So if you join second, as she joined before, and maybe that will fix that.
Okay, Iroder is 2. We kick a Nor. We re-invite a Nor. Oh, and thanks for stopping by, Alon. Have a good night. Slash, I guess, whatever time of day it is. Seem remote play magic indeed. Okay, that was once again me tabbing back in, and in doing so, accidentally banishing 2 out of...
Still controlling the night. Thanks. Do we just want to do a new ride?
We might have to at this point. We might have to at this point. That was the cursed talisman, in case anyone was wondering what I was alluding to before. Oh, I thought it was on Barker, though. Oh, wait, no, or was it just the...
It is on Barker.
It is on Barker, that was just the master...
Yeah, it is on Barker.
Okay. Let's set up a new rite. We can do the same stuff, but we're gonna have to swap around our teams here.
Just put in another player 1 now, and then hopefully...
Wait, what? Put a Norse, but... I was just gonna switch around who was listed as player 1 and who was listed as player 2.
Yeah, I mean, like the controller, just to slot 1.
I was gonna do this.
I'm not even sure who's player 1, player 2 anymore, so...
Oh. Oh, did we not confirm there? Wait, hold on.
Yeah, in match, but I'm not sure how it will be on the screen when we go back to the menu.
Wait, is it gonna switch when we go back to... What? It's gonna switch when we go back here? Now you're messing with my
Yeah,
head.
it seems to be player 1 now, okay.
Okay. I think I wrote her as player 1. I think Iroder is going to stay player 1. So we're going to do this switch. Then we'll switch your triumvirates as well. Okay. Theoretically, we may have sorted out the remote play magic.
Wait, can you just exit versus mode and go back in? I cannot change any of the symbols now. Not my own and not the other one. I'm not even sure what my own is. Okay, I'm player 1. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's start.
The withdrawn shall
Alright, so
now
it's customized off.
the night
It's the Glade of Lube. That means we're gonna get different setup this time around. Oh, we have doubles for both teams.
begin.
It's double Imp and 1 Worm for our rotor, and it's double Cur and 1 Harp for Nor. Everything else remains to be seen.
Bye, Barker.
I know we're checking for this. Oh, does have the Harp Salute.
In honor
But it's
of
our rotor getting us started with a 15 damage Imp Plunge. No prayer beads on Tizo. He's now gone. Our rotor definitely has Lucky Break on at least one of those Curs,
Ah, yes.
as he jumps in for 20. No prayer beads on Dalbert, though. Okay, yes, it's Barker, at least, who has Lucky Break. Might also have it on Dalbert. Saw the description pop up a few times there.
Withdrawn's pyre now burns relatively brighter.
Oh, and wait, is that auto passing? Is this almost an Infiniworm setup for our rotor here? Hold on. Hold on. Could it be? Could it be? I mean, obviously, Raji is messing with the Infiniworms, so it's not true Infiniworms, but the talisman, at least, might be Bright Wisp, which is one of the things you like to have in that setup.
There it is.
And our rotor goes straight in for 15 with his Worm. But is now without Lady River. Oh, and he has 2 Imps, not 2 Worms. For a second, I thought the exile that he had banished in the previous round was a second Worm. Typhoon Bottle? Oh, wait. Must be for a Nor, except she has 2 She has 2 curs, which will come back from banishment very quickly. Somebody has the Easter egg talisman, as Honor just picked up the Easter egg. I didn't catch who it was, though. But yeah, that Typhoon Bottle is unfortunate for Honor, because with those quick respawning curs, it's very unlikely that it's going to activate, and if/when it does, only for a very short amount of time. Parker. Tamitha. Switches with Barker, and he makes it in for 20.
'Tis too close to call who shall prevail as yet.
And Rotor, oh, straight in, and he has the extra damage on that imp.
Your victory is at hand.
No prayer beads on Raji, but... Oh, and also, I suppose at this point, the extra damage doesn't not matter, because 1 scores all he needs,
Withdrawn
and there it is.
Their pyre burns, whilst that of their adversaries is but ash.
GG.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
Alright, let's reset ourselves now, but let us know if there's anything we'd like to do for the next one. Not seeing anything at the moment, though, so of course we could always just have the players take whatever they'd like. That is an option as well. Except Honor's turn and customize right back off. And putting us on the boat. Okay, brace yourselves. This is where we really embrace the chaos. Alright, now will it be a good team for the boat? For either player? That we will have to see. Let's check it out. Oh no, hold on! We need Knights of the Sea. We do need Knights of the Sea. That is true. We do need Knights of the Sea for this occasion. Okay, there we go. Better, better. All right, will that bring us good luck on the boat? It is, oh, at least 1 demon on an Aura side. I think that might have been a demon on a rotor, yeah, no, both players have a demon. Irotor and an Aura. It is for Irotor, Imp, Cur, Demon. For Nor, Imp, Harp, Demon. Fairy Spirit, oh, once again, source of infinite stamina, which, with the demons, could potentially set up some very interesting combos here. Oh, and is that a Brazen Manor Nor has there on Iggy? Oh, yes, she does. Okay, I like to see it. Both players have Brazen Manor. Perfect. Perfect. Just the way we want to see it on the boat. Oh, and Black Claw, I mean, has to be Cursed Talisman. It's a customized off match, right? We're contractually obligated to have a Cursed Talisman. All right, here's the Brazen Manor. Irotor. Oh, interesting portal positioning there. Oh, and does Irotor have super portals for infinite stamina? Because he had infinite stamina for a moment there. Oh, and Titan Tooth on, what was that, a Nor's Messenger Imp? Or was it on Pamitha? Well, Lenore does make it through with a Brazen Manor Iggy. There are some very strong setups here, as it turns out. Ones that happen to work particularly well on the boat, no less. Oh, well done, Irotor, for the big jumps. But needs the final product. Oh, and Typhoon Bottle will slow down Irotor here. And on this occasion, much more impactful. With the larger arena and with characters that take longer to come back from banishment. Oh, and there's the infinite stamina. I missed who triggered it once again. There's the Titan Tooth, though, and that buys Nor some time to make it in here. So she'll plunge for 20. Now she's without Pamitha, though.
It is taken.
And now she's without Iggy after that banishment.
Wherever
Oh,
the
and
night wind-
Raji vanished after I wrote her sneakily went through that portal there. Sets up the Brazen Manor. Iggy.
That's it.
Oh, I wrote her getting ambitious with his setup there. Maybe a little bit greedy. Looking for the perfect opportunity, but eventually does end up finding a way to get Iggy in there for 30.
Each pyre now burns cold.
Okay, Fairy Spirit is on a Nor's Messenger. So that is who is creating the Easter eggs.
Into the adversary's flame.
Lucky break on Dalbert. We know he can't cast. He's the one with the Cursed Talisman. Here comes Iggy for Nor, but he's banished. Dalbert through the portal. Yes, it is. It is an infinite stamina super portal, as we suspected it might be. So that could be very useful for iRotor, if you can find a way to capitalize on that.
All three night
And demons do benefit quite a bit from going through those super portals, and he does have a demon, just not in this round. There's the Fairy Spirit, which Nor could look to use here. Oh, but she really would have wanted that on her demon and took it with Pamitha instead.
Oh,
Titan Tooth, though, still very useful, and combine that with Pamitha's Salute, that must have been.
there.
And that is a very potent combo. Iggy trying to get the orb, but instead, it's iRotor blocking and making it all the way in.
A show of strength from the night wings of Typhon.
Iggy for Nor sets up the Brazen Manor, and no one back to defend him, at least not at the moment. But Nor hesitates here for a little bit. Maybe she was waiting to get the portal set up, but now it's iRotor in possession. And iRotor with a dangerous portal position. Iggy through the portal. Sets up the Brazen Manor, but the two Iggy's take each other out, and that leaves just Pamitha here. And time for her to throw it in for the full 20.
Precision. Neither triumvirate is closer than the other.
Iggy, Brazen Manors. Oh, and is he going for it? He's, oh. It's a little lackluster, if I'm being honest. It's a little lackluster. Had my hopes up. Yes, he does get the jump in, but the Brazen Manor wasn't even active anymore. So close yet so far. There is the Super Portal Demon play for iRotor, and it is terrifying. Uses it defensively on that occasion. Unfortunately, couldn't use it offensively because Typhoon Bottle was active, but does still find a way to make it in with Iggy for 30 damage on that plunge. And now, Nor down to just 20 Pyre life. Both players down to just 20 Pyre life means one score very likely could be all it takes here. We've seen a lot of talismans on both teams, so I'm not sure we're going to see an unexpected RITE Night, which means that score will do the trick.
The withdrawn prevail.
GG.
I thought for certain they would not.
It is really spiky though.
The
for both
right
of us.
is done.
Yeesh. Okay. That is unfortunate.
Until
Because
the
I had a
next
spike when I plunged with
battle.
that car. I suppose if I know I had that too, if you could have maybe could have defended if that wasn't the case.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not sure there's much we can do about it at this stage. It might just be one of those days when remote play is not performing at 100%, which is sometimes the case, of course.
Let's say 2 more, and then Core or Fela can jump in.
Okay.
And maybe it will improve if, like, some people, like people are in different locations.
Well, let us know if there is anything we'd still like to see between iRotor and Anor. They're saying maybe they'll go for a couple more matches here before they're looking to swap out. Not seeing any requests right now, though, so might just be up to them to take whatever they'd like. So let's get started.
The withdrawn shall
Ooh,
take
okay.
on
Well,
the night wings.
we are at iRotor's home arena,
Who shall conduct the rites?
and it is an arena with a lot of potential. Potential of several varieties. See if there's anything in particular that the players try to take advantage of here, and iRotor goes for a speedy Tamitha, and keep an eye out for that Tamitha, as she may look to be breaking some speed records here. Oh, what is this? Cursed Talisman and Webbed Feet on the Stowaway. Very unconventional choices from Anor. iRotor going double harp here, this time with the Zoxiana, extra damage. Oh no, not extra damage, sorry. Going with the cast synergies. Double Savage from Anor. Now, will it be 3 of a kind for either player? Or will they mix it up in their last spot? iRotor goes extra starting Pyre life and does take a 3rd and final harp. And Anor does take a 3rd and final Savage, and takes them in the correct order, most importantly. Gareth in his proper angelic raiments here, as Anor plunges in for 20 damage with the stowaway. She's now gone for this round, though.
Oh, you poor Nightwing.
But now Anor is defenseless as everyone banished, and I wrote her off the wall and in lightning fast with one of his harps, and that wasn't... was that even his speedy harp?
Thoroughly banished.
As Iroder is certainly going for the wall bouncing strats here, it would seem. As every once in a while, if you go off the wall with those harps, you can get a ridiculous speed boost. Add on top of that the extra speed Iroder got from one of his talismans, and it can be incredible how fast he can become. But it was Anor plunging there with Ulmer. Iroder this time off the wall. Might not have been quite as quick this go round, but still just as effective.
A bit of a blunder. Quite foul.
Everyone down on Anor's side, though. Time for Iroder. He goes in for another 20 damage plunge.
Now end the ceremony.
This time it's Anor applying the pressure, but stowaway, and now Ulmer as well get banished. Iroder tries to go off the wall, but Gareth isn't fooled. Stowaway banishes the defender. That means time for the stowaway to throw that one in for 20. Stowaway avoids banishment, at least initially. Gareth claims the orb, only to get banished, though. But Anor with all those salutes, never letting down on the pressure, eventually does get the orb and get enough time to jump in there. That time it was with the stowaway. Gareth. Blocked. Banishes one defender, but then gets banished by the second. Iroder tries to go off the wall. Might not have gotten it right the first time, but a few more pinballs and eventually finds his way in.
With aplomb. The ceremony is complete.
GG. All right, well played, you two. And let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
All right, now let us know if there's anything we'd like to see between Iroder and Anor, especially because this might end up being the last matchup we have between these two today. Iroder is putting us at the ridge. Old never to return. Huh. What's going on here? Is there a particular theme we're going for? Is that all, or is there something more here? Looks like that may be it. So let's get started.
The withdrawn versus the Nightwings. Welcome.
Alright, and no requests affecting your team composition.
The rites.
So up to you to choose whoever you would like. Iroder goes Leech on Ulmer in the first spot. And Anor will go power casting Headwind. Web Lanthorn Raji, second choice for Iroder. And Anor goes to increase Ruki's presence.
Dalbert.
Iroder also goes for a Cur, but it's Dalbert with prayer beads. And it's Jodariel in the last spot for Anor. Power cast from Headwind. Gets rid of Ulmer. Dalbert taken out as well. Oh, true, it is all the Fate. It is all the Fate for Iroder here. A little bit hard to tell with the different raiment colors, of course, but that is 3 out of 3 Fate members.
Yup.
And it is Anor plunging for 15, as she did not go for the first mastery on the right side, as you oftentimes do see for Curs, but instead she took Lucky Break. Ooh, a black magic jump from Iroder around the defender and in. Well done. That is hard to execute. And it's Dalbert jumping in for 20. Ulmer can't sneak in. Headwind down. Ruki not quite quick enough. But yeah, so it's the Fate against the Nightwings here. As Anor has taken the original trio. Headwind. Can't quite get enough on the jump to make it over the defenders. Dalbert stopped last second, gets it back though, and second attempt makes it in for 20. Big power cast from Headwind. Oh, and Iroder goes the throwing route. Maybe not his original plan, but it worked.
A mere attempt.
Banishment from Headwind. Headwind now launching the attack. Back to Jody. She's stopped. That leaves just Ruki. Usually not... defense usually not his strength, but he does have that extra presence with the talisman that Anor chose to take, so a little bit of a different Ruki setup than you'd usually see. It also might have been the difference between him getting banished and doing the banishing on that occasion, which helped clear out some space for Headwind. Another black magic jump from Ulmer here. 20 damage along with 10 leech as well. But he is gone for this round. Jody. Ooh, looked perhaps to knock back the defender there, but did not happen. And so Iroder able to get the banishment and then follow up with a 20 damage plunge from Dalbert. Ulmer goes for the black magic this time as well, but this time it did not connect. Jody. This time does, well, knocked back one of the defenders, but not the other. So Iroder still able to get the banishment, and now on the attack with Dalbert and Ulmer. But both of them stopped here. But Iroder to try again. Ooh, elusive, nearly found a way to sneak through there. Couldn't quite make it happen with Dalbert. He'll try again. Waits for the stamina to come back, but does get banished there. Jody, this time does knock back all the defenders. And that gives her the space she needs to get in for 30 here. Delbert, banished by Hedwyn. Hedwyn banishes everybody, but Ulmer does make a timely return.
Now then.
Hedwyn back to Rookie, but Rookie out of stamina. And Nor momentarily defenseless here. Oh, but Hedwyn comes back just in time to make the stop. As Nor is without Jody in this round overall after having plunged with her, so even when everyone is back from banishment, at best, just 2 exiles. More likely for that reason to see her with no one back defensively, and that is a risk she needs to be mindful of. Oh, and there is once again the curving jumps from my rotor, putting on a clinic here with Ulmer, and finishing the job with Delbert. GG.
They brushed aside their adversaries without too much trouble.
Thanks for the ride.
Well played, you two.
Is ended.
Fate rep. Thaler is pleased with the Fate representation.
Until the next round.
Alright, thanks for stopping by, you two. I think we're looking to get 2 new people in here, because I think both Anor and Iroder are looking to swap out now. If I'm not mistaken. Do we have people in chat who would like to get in? I know Core earlier was saying he was interested. Don't know if he is still interested and available. Core's up for it. Okay. Do we have a second who'd also like to get in here?
Yeah, let's
Let me
go.
hit Core. Let's see. Alright. Core is in, or at least invite sent. Do we have anyone else who would like to face off against him? Also, let me just reset ourselves before I forget. Anor's is calling out Phaler, saying he ought to get in here. Don't know if he's available.
I'm in.
He's in. Say no more. Alright, we'll get Phaler as well then. And if you guys could just confirm who is player 1 and who is player 2, that'd be great.
I am player 2.
Alright. Set you guys up. In the meantime, let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see between these two. Or if you'd like to give them a chance to warm up first. It's your choice. Alright, there we are. All set up, on this end at least. Not seeing any requests, so it looks like you guys might be getting off easy here.
The Fate versus the Pyre Hearts. Welcome.
Because no requests from chat means you can take whatever you'd like here.
The rights.
We did, of course, just see a 100% Fate team from Iroder. Baylor now coming in representing the Fate and starting with a Fate character, using a quick throwing Ulmer in his first spot. throwing Manly is how Core will start things off here. And now Phaler with Fate member number 2 using a Super Portal Web Lanthorn Raji. Core with a saluting, Titan Tooth stunning Zoxiana there. And you wondered, after seeing those first 2 exiles, if Phaler would also go for the full Fate setup. Not the case, he does take Zoxiana. And it'll be an exploding Gilman in the last spot for Core. So here we go, our first match between Phaler and Core today.
Into the adversary's flame.
And a little bit of action in front of Core's Pyre here, but Core able to intercept a few throws now. And the Numbing Gust slowing Phaler down as he's trying to continue to attack here and does eventually get the throw off here for 20 with Ulmer. Ulmer back at it, but not for long. Zoxiana for Core. Into the lava she goes. Back with Ulmer. His throw intercepted. Manly sniped, but Zoxiana continues here for Core. Thought about getting a banishment on one of Phaler's exiles. Came a little bit short there, and as of right now, the orb remains unclaimed. Phaler back with Raji of all characters. The one throwing it in here for 6. Ulmer trapped a little bit there in the corner. Gilman explodes. Ulmer down, that leaves just Raji now for Phaler. And well shielded from Core. Means he had a brief moment there with no defenders. Throw intercepted. I'll be honest, from that range, I almost expected that sap throw to be unblockable. Titan Tooth, stun. Series of banishments to follow that up. Zoxiana for Core emerging from the Chaos and switches into Gilman for a last-second plunge. For what it's worth, that is 5 less damage than it would have been if Zoxiana had plunged herself. But this time, full 25 damage on that quick throw from Manly, as he does have that quick throwing talisman. Speaking of quick throws, there's Phaler throwing it in for 20 with Ulmer. This time, though, Ulmer blocked. Core patiently waiting for his other exiles to return. Does have everyone now. And throws it in for 14 with Gilman, 1 less than his maximum. As Phaler quickly answers for 20 with Ulmer. Raji. Titan Tooth stunned. Gives Core a little bit of time here for an unblockable worm throw for the full 15. And that drops Phaler down to 31. Both players at this stage would need at least 2 scores. Raji has some room here, and Phaler may be hesitating a bit, as Core did not seem all that eager to stop Raji on that occasion. Ulmer throws it in for 20, and now at this point, unless Core took some rekindling on Manly, and I don't remember if that is the case or not, Phaler could finish this with 1 score. Any of his exiles would have enough damage. For Raji, it would just about need to be the full bit. Otherwise, might end up a little bit short. Core pushing forward here. And gets the throw off with Manly, and now that drops Failer down to 13. That means that now Core could finish this with 1 score, but it is Failer with the Almer throw to finish the job.
They somehow managed
GG.
to scrape by despite their adversaries' efforts.
GG.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
All right, well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
All right, so let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see us do for the next one. They've had their warm-up, so I think it's fair to say we can break out the chaotic requests now. No need to hold back anymore. Not seeing any requests from chat, though, so it looks like it might still be up to the players to take whatever they'd want for this next one. Oh, and hold on just a second, because I recognize that sound. That does mean we are on the boat.
Who shall conduct the rites?
And we did have a boat right earlier today. It was a customized off match. Happened to have a couple of teams that were very good for the boat. But of course, those were randomized. Whereas this time, it is up to the players. They can choose whatever team they would like. And at least for Failer, he is taking a demon, a Titan Tooth demon no less, with Jodariel. So does Core look to go in a similar direction here? He does not.
Gilman.
He'll go Leech on Gilman. And Failer doubles down on the demons, goes for a Typhoon Bottle with Ignarius. Those demons, of course, they do have a long respawn time, relatively low hope. So maybe that's the intention there. While Core continues to go demonless, as he goes for an Exploding Zoxiana. And Failer does go all in on the demons, that time a super speedy Vizpaleth. And Speedy Tizo, the final choice for Core, so no demons at all. We'll have to see if that means Core has any boat-specific strats or not, as demons tend to be the ones most positively impacted by the boat, but maybe there's something else Core has in mind here, as Failer is getting us started with 30 damage Demon Plunge. Failer recovers the orb here with Iggy. Stuck a little bit on the puddle there. And Vizpaleth very eager to fly back over to the orb there. Oh, and that was close. That was almost a great leap into the Pyre, but Pyre comes up a little bit short there, and Core through the portal with an offensive imp. 25 damage on that plunge. But now, no Tizo in this round. Not that it'll matter here, as he is able to get a 10 damage throw and 10 leech from that score from Gilman. And does so once again here. This time it's 12 damage. More leech, 12 damage once again. Core just chipping away here. Titan Tooth, stunning Core, giving Phaler a little bit of time here, but he's blocked. Banishes one defender, banishes all the defenders, at least until Zoxiana makes her return. A timely one at that. She tries to switch into Tizo, who is banished, but does set up a very dangerous portal for Core. Oh, and Tizo with a well-timed return as well. But it is Phaler, plunging for 30. Bit of an opening here for Core. And once again, that imp is an offensive one. 25 rather than the usual 15 damage. Jody pushed a little bit away, but has the Titan Tooth. Slows Core down and buys Phaler enough time to make it back in here. Gilman banished. Is Paleth? How utterly brazen. I mean, not the biggest in terms of distance, not the highest in terms of altitude, but probably still one of the bigger jumps we've had in this match. That being another one, though, setting up the winning plunge.
Good game.
GG.
GG.
Alright, some big spikes there at the end.
Yeah, Sam, that was like really quite bad near the end.
It
I'm not sure what's going on there.
seems, yeah, it seems like from what people are saying, today is not a great day for Steam Remote Play.
Until the next rite.
Alright, but let us know, chat, if there is anything you'd like to see for the next one. Not seeing any requests at the moment, though, so of course, could just have the players take whatever they want. That is always an option. So perhaps that's what we'll do here.
The fate shall take on.
And this might be our first match of the day at the Cairn. I don't think we've had one here yet.
Who shall conduct the rites?
No requests, so up to you to take whatever you'd like. And it's a canned singularity on Tizo in the first spot from Phaler. Then Aura's Scale on Gilman is the lead for Core. And Phaler will use Snadra's Sacred Bond to help bring Tizo back and activate that canned singularity.
Bertrude.
while Core goes for Leech on Bertrude.
Exile.
Web Lanthorn Raji, final choice for Phaler. And for Core. We'll see an exploding Snadra. Alright, so here we go. And it is Phaler immediately activating that can Singularity, but
To the Pyre
Core is unaffected by it. He's able to plunge for 25 to get us started.
How very sad for the Pyre Hearts.
Oh, and, well, Core able to stop Phaler from getting what looked to be an uncontested throwing opportunity.
His aim was true.
And now it is Core throwing it in for 13 with his Gilman.
'Tis taken.
Chaos in front of Core's Pyre, but Core is the one who emerges here and does get off a quick Crone throw for 19. Gilman. Snadra. Phaler, uncontested with Tizo.
Afar into the
Gives him time to throw it in for 15. But remember, I believe both players took an exile with Leech. So we could see a lot of point swings here. Tizo. Shoulder smashed. Can Singularity. Chaos ensues. Phaler through his portal. Trying to keep the Chaos away from his Pyre. As that is probably not the place where he'd like for all this commotion to be happening. But inching closer to Core's Pyre now with Tizo. But his other teammates down here. Snadra shoulder smashes. But Phaler still able to recover.
Farewell, Sandra.
Core not quick enough with Bertrude. Phaler through his portal, looking for an opening, and tried to go with the throw, but not quite enough time to do that. Bertrude for Core goes straight in. That drops Phaler down to 13, and that means one score, potentially all that Core needs here, unless, of course, we see Phaler get some of that leech we were talking about. And Singularity, Chaos ensues once again. But it is Core who is emerging here. Using those hockey pucks to help shield his character, although does eventually end up going down nonetheless. And the can Singularity might have saved Phaler on that occasion from what could have potentially been a winning score for Core, and Core swipes that throw from Phaler's clutches just as he was about to release it. Snadra, she plunges for 20. That was not the leeching exile, so Phaler's still at 13 Pyre life and now down one character permanently after Snadra's plunge. Core with some room here, that's an unblockable Crone throw
And it is done.
to seal the deal.
The Pyre Hearts prevail.
GG.
And what a crushing
Game.
victory it was.
GG.
The rite is ended.
Alright, well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
And let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to have for this next one. Blood Princess is turning Customize off here. Randomize Exiles, Masteries, and Talismans. won't even see what those things are in advance. Could still do Song, could still do Arena, but otherwise that accounts for just about all the other stuff. And it looks like that will be it, so we'll see what we end up with this time round. This might be Fall of Solium. It is.
Shall now face
For Phaler, it is Worm, Demon, Imp. If that demon is Orlek, this might be the meta setup. It is Lendl, the Nomad, Jodariel, also a demon, and also an Imp for core. So a very similar teams here, just a Nomad on one side versus a Worm on the other, and of course, the Masteries and the Talismans, we'll see what those are. Looks like we have Sacred Bond on Lendl.
simply
And Core goes on a vanishing spree here with Jodariel. She does eventually end up going down, though. Well-timed on Jodariel's return by stepping on her portrait and setting her up for a 30 damage plunge here is Core. Phaler trying to sneak under the defender there, but Core didn't fall for it. Lendl. And Raji. Back to Raji. Core potentially trying to find a way to manufacture some offense here on what is, at least at the moment, a relatively defensive team. Does find a way in with Lendl, though. The Nomads and Imps tend to be more defensive specialists, and so after plunging with Jodariel, might have been a little bit tricky for Core. Did find a way to make it happen, though. Might need to be careful of that going forward. If he has to plunge with Jodariel, he might find himself in that situation once again.
Alas for Jodariel.
Well, here is Jody. And she is plunging once more, so Core will find himself in that situation. Did, of course, find a way to score with Lendl. So maybe that is something he is fine with doing. This time, it's Phaler. Wins the orb back in an attacking position. Quickly throws it in for 15. And looking to follow up with a similar worm throw here, this time for 7. Core this time, able to stop the worm. Moving in, once again with Lendl and Raji. Oh, and somebody has the Easter egg talisman, and Core picked it up, has the infinite stamina with a demon no less. And that nearly was a very dramatic, very quick counterattack from Core.
If I were that one, I'd be right.
But I did not catch who had that talisman, because that might have been the first Moondrop that we've seen thus far. Oh, but it's also a super portal. So Core got infinite stamina from that as well. Important discoveries here for Core.
Go on, just once more.
But it now means no Jody. And that would have been Core's preferred character to go through those super portals. Just not quite as potent when it is a Nomad or an Imp going through those portals. Typhoon Bottle on one of Core's exiles means that Phaler unable to sprint, jump, or throw when everyone is banished on Core's side. Oh, but Phaler has a portal right next to Core's Pyre. Core needs to be careful if Phaler is to win the orb back here, but of course Core is still in possession. Phaler now with it back, though. And does get banished with his Imp, which resets the portal position a little bit further away from Core's Pyre, but still certainly dangerous. As it is Core going through his portal.
Blendel banished.
And now Core also with a somewhat dangerous portal there. And through the portal Core goes. Phaler there defensively. Phaler through that portal. Oh, it has Kerfang. Bonus 8 damage on that plunge. Means no Vispaleth, though, for Phaler in this round. There is the super speed on the infinite stamina Jodariel. She's quick.
And it is done.
And she'll take the win.
The Pyre hearts prevail.
GG.
They do deserve
Good
their
game.
freedom after all. The ceremony is complete.
Well played, you two. And let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
Alright, now let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to do for the next one. Not seeing anything here at the moment, though, so unless we have a last-minute request here, perhaps we'll just have the players take whatever they'd like. So why don't we go that route?
The fate versus the Pyre
Okay,
hearts.
we are back at the cairn.
Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
No requests affecting their team composition. We did see these two in this arena not that long ago. Will we see a similar setup here? Or will they go in an entirely different direction as Phaler leads off with a Prayer Beads Pamitha?
Jodariel.
Speedy Jody. That'll be the first choice for Core.
Exile.
Phaler with Web Lanthorn Raji in the second slot. And now power casting Snadra for Core. Exploding Deluge is Phaler's final choice. And Core will go for a Numbing Gust, quick throwing Manly in the last spot. Jody off to a quick start here, but she does go down. Pamitha finds a way in here, so she'll plunge for 20. And she had Prayer Bead, so she is back. Core on the attack, but does get banished. Big cast there from Snadra. Taylor, though, very elusive, dodging in and out of the way with Pamitha, and once again plunging with her, which means she is once again back with that prayer beads.
No sign of the Pyre hearts.
Everyone down on Core's side means that at least momentarily there, Phaler unable to sprint, jump, throw, or use any other special abilities, but it is still more Pamitha here, as her mobility has been a big factor thus far. And now it's Core. He plunges for 30, but is now without Jodariel.
Relatively brighter.
Pamitha banished.
A bit of a blunder. One triumvirate
And now it
stands
is
on
just
opposed.
Pamitha and Raji here, as Core is defenseless. Numbing Gust, though, slowing Phaler down and buying Core some time to get back defensively. Pamitha. Back to Deluge, who was unsuccessful, and now it is Core once more. Phaler with Pamitha. Fakes one way, goes the other, and does find a way through once again.
Goodbye, Jodariel.
Pamitha once more. That time, perhaps her most straightforward of plunges. Jody. Vanished. Phaler. Into the sapling he goes.
Seemingly unfair.
Big cast there from Snadra. Creating enough space for her to plunge, not only for 20, but also 10 leech. Pamitha. And Jody. Oh, the stunning claim. Very interesting timing there, as it looked like Deluge was about to get hit by that stunning demon jump. But here is Jody, and she has time to charge up a full 30 damage throw.
The right is
That means
nearly
one
ended.
score, very likely all that Core would need here. But it won't come with Jody, at least not this time. Big cast once more from Snadra, though.
For all,
And she has created space
and
for the
it
winning
is done.
throw.
The Pyre hearts prevail.
GG.
Their adversaries confidently thwarted. The right is done.
Well played, you two. And now let's head back.
Until the stars align.
Alright, so let us know, chat, if there is anything we'd like to see for this next one. And Anor is choosing Exiles. 3. As in 3 of a kind? I'm meaning the boss. Okay, I was gonna say, that is... I have not set up a command for exclamation 3. Okay, but let's see. Let's take a look at the bots. And for core, and Anor, does order matter? Should the players be picking in this order? Oh, and it even comes with the talismans listed here, at least. Snadra, Raji, Hedwyn is what Core has received. Order does matter. Okay, so in that order, Snadra, Raji, Hedwyn. And it was just an Exile's request, so I think that's all we're paying attention to, unless, Anor, you want to combine that with a talisman request as well, in which case we will need to re-roll the talisman for Raji at the very least. Talismans too? Okay. So yeah, Core, if you could just re-roll that talisman. Show me... Well, if... Yeah, you see, the thing is... Okay, I was really expecting for that to be another legendary talisman that Raji couldn't use. Okay, so that means first, Snadra, Frozen Soul. Second, Raji with the Star Splinter. Third, Headwind with the Infernal Bloom. So that is Core's setup. Phaler, if you'd like to go, we'll see what he ends up with. It is Bertrude with the Leech, Neeland Leech, Tizo with Ashen Coal, and Pamitha will... Oh, can't use the Solium's Horn, so Phaler re-rolls, and I mean, it may not technically be a customized off match, but it's pretty close to that, so naturally, he ends up getting a Black Heart. And that might prove to be a little rough, but we'll see what they can do with those setups. So let's head back. And let's jump in. I mean, a bunch of exiles is really one a legendary. Raji in particular, though.
The fate shall
Well, we
confront
are
the
on
Pyre
Phaler's home
hearts.
arena, for what it's worth. So
Welcome.
the team setup might have been a little
Conduct
unconventional, but perhaps with the support of the home crowd, he can find a way to still pull this off.
Bertrude. Sandra.
So of course we know what the exiles, we know what the talismans will be. The masteries are still up to the players. We also know what the order is going to be for those exiles as well.
Exile.
I mean, Raji may not have gotten a legendary talisman, but he has gotten what is probably the most popular non-legendary talisman, so I guess you could make a case. It's legendary in a different way. There is that Black Heart for Phaler's Pamitha, as he had to re-roll her talisman, and that is not what he wanted to see, in all likelihood.
Headwind.
Alright, and here we go with our randomized teams, though this time, we do see in advance what exactly the players have, unlike a full-blown customized off match. Ooh, and Headwind. Sneaky maneuver there. You thought he was going for the revive, but instead he goes in for 20. Bertrude banished. Pamitha banished. Snadra banished. A whole lot of banishments, in fact. Suddenly, Tizo with a little bit of space here. Time for Phaler to throw it in.
Aim was true. A show of strength
Bertrude
for
first to the orb,
Pyre's foe.
and nearly made it in there. Now it's Snadra.
The orb.
She plunges for 20, leeches for 10.
Shall the Pyre hearts now further their advantage?
Series of banish from Raji sets up a portal as well for Headwind,
The orb sails forth.
so he'll throw for 20.
Yes.
Pamitha banishes one, gets the orb, gets it in. Oh, and Phaler did take the Crone Salute, giving him what is functionally one free score, and there it is.
The Pyre hearts seem to be falling behind.
Pamitha putting that fell swoop to great use here, banishing the entirety of Core's team and setting up a 30 damage Bertrude plunge. Now, Core does have some leech, but unless he can activate that soon, one score, potentially all the Phaler needs here. But he's now Bertrude-less, and Pamitha has been banished as well.
There.
Pamitha back with that fell swoop,
Banished.
banishes everyone. Oh, but just off target with that dash toward the Pyre, and that could have been the winning score.
You are powerless. for now.
Now it's Phaler who's defenseless here. Does get Pamela back. Cool. Did it just tab out for you guys? It might have just tabbed. It should be tabbed back in. Don't know why on my other monitor File Explorer popped up, but it is
Sandra flung the orb.
20 damage on a Snadra throw, also 10 Legion. Now that is significant because that means that was the only way Phaler could have finished it with 1 score, but he does just that.
Such a well-conducted victory it was.
GG.
The rite is complete.
Well played, you two, and there you have it. Perhaps it is home field advantage for Phaler that made the difference.
Until the stars align.
Well played, you two. We'll head on back. And let us know if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. Anything in particular we are looking for here, or will we just have the players take whatever they'd like? That, of course, does work. It looks like we might go that route now.
The fate shall now face the Pyre.
Is this our first book today?
Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
I feel like this might be our first book. This might be our first book. Well, Phaler breaks out the Titan Tooth Dalbert in the first spot for stuns. And Core will do just the same.
Exile.
Web Lanthorn Raji, second choice for Phaler. But we'll see Core deviate here with a Prayer Beads Almer. Phaler instead chooses Prayer Beads on Dalbert, or rather on Rookie. So double Cur for Phaler. Whereas Core will go for an Imp in that last spot. Web Lanthorn on Messenger. There is the double Titan Tooth stun, but it is Core reacting first here, plunging for 20 with Almer. He had Prayer Beads, so he is back. Now this time the two Curs with Titan Tooth avoiding each other, but it is Core first to get back to the orb and first to plunge here for 20. And now it's Phaler going in for 20 with his Cur. And Core hesitated, made his move, and made it in. Phaler now activating the Titan Tooth and following up with his Prayer Beads Cur. So that means Rookie will be back. The Curs collide. Both players stunned, but Core first to move here with his Imp, but now Phaler bouncing back. Not quite able to make it in, though. Oh, and Core had a portal right next to Phaler's Pyre. Plunges for 15 here with his Imp. Does, however, still mean that he needs 2 scores here, as he does not have a way to get more than 20 damage per go. Almer makes one way. Banished. Oh, double banishment there for Core.
Patience, reader.
But Phaler first to get someone back here. But Core vanishes. Phaler wins back once more. And Phaler makes it in for 20. And I believe that was the Prayer Beads Cur. It was. Titan Tooth stuns. Oh, and Core with the triple banishment. But he's a little bit slow here. Almost gave Failure enough time. Throws in for 11. Now Core is capable of finishing this with 1 score. Didn't get the maximum damage, but that may not be a huge difference maker here. Core opts to go for the portal there for setup. Doesn't need it though, as he'll plunge in here with his Cur for the win.
The scribes
GG.
themselves surely have taken note. Thus end this night's proceedings.
All right, well played you two. Let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And let us know if there's anything we'd like for the next one. Not seeing anything initially here, though. Let us know if there is anything you have you'd like to throw in, request-wise. Otherwise, we'll have the players take whatever they'd like here. And it looks like we will do just that. Oh.
The fate.
Okay, I heard the water. It's the fall.
The Pyre hearts. Welcome.
No requests.
Who shall conduct the rites?
So up to you to take whatever you'd like. For Failure, that means a Ninja Almer. For Core, that's an Aura's Scale Gilman.
Exile.
Web Lanthorn Raji in the second spot for Failure. We'll go saluting Luminous Idol Zaxiana. Then banishing throws on a Ninja Stowaway for Failure. Ooh, as Core goes for a Brazen Manor Leeching Ignarius in the last spot. Almer avoids the initial cast there, but Core has it back nonetheless. It's just Zaxiana here. He stalls until he gets some teammates back. Now it's Gilman and Ignarius. Iggy sets up the Brazen Manor. Zaxiana switches into Iggy, but he's banished. What was that? Have we heard that voice line before from the voice? Did he just do a, like, weird Wookiee sound effect? Or is that just me? What the heck was that? I don't know what to make of this. I'm very perplexed. Well, anyways, Failure throws it in for 20. Failure's unfazed by these crazy voice lines. Ooh, as he somehow finds the tiniest of areas in which to get that throw off there. Core sneaks around, gets the worm throw, good for 12.
Yes.
I mean, we've been playing multiplayer Pyre for a long time now. I feel like I haven't heard that before, and that seems strange to me. That, you know, what, 3 years into doing this, we hear it for what might be the first time, or at least I'm noticing it for the first time. I don't know. Vanishing throws from the stowaway, gets rid of one defender. Casts to get rid of a second, but Ignaria still has it for Core here. Not for long, though. Gilman makes his return. Fakes one way.
I almost pity what transpired there.
Almer. Banished. Iggy now has the Brazen Manor. But Phaler defends, gets the orb back here. Almer intercepted, but double banishment on that cast. But he did bring back a valiant return, Gilman, and that was all that Core needed to finish up that defensive play there. Gilman once more. He's casted away into banishment, and whoa, quick counter from that teleporting stowaway, and she jumps in. She is gone for this round, though. Little Mexican standoff here. Ninja strats from Almer. Sets him up for this 20 damage throw, and one more of those might be all that Phaler needs here.
Once more like that, and we are
Won't happen this time, though. Ooh, as Gilman goes on a vanishing spree.
the orb is
Iggy. Locked. But gets it back. And gets it in. No Brazen Manor active that time, but still 30 damage and 15 leech. Good for a net 45-point swing. And it means that that throw is no longer enough for Phaler. As Core still standing on 15 Pyre life here, so Phaler would need, presumably, one more of those. But there it is.
the fate prevail.
GG.
They thrust aside their adversaries without too much
Good voice line. My favorite voice line.
The ceremony
I mean, we must have heard that crazy voice line at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
I
The
just,
first
for whatever
time we
reason.
clipped it because we were so surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, but it has been heard before.
For some reason, I just didn't remember it, and I mean, it must still be really infrequent because it definitely stands out,
Absolutely is. Yeah, it's very infrequent.
and that's
I wonder if
weird.
it's specifically called out in the code as like a really rare
Yeah.
voice line.
I'm curious how they do that. If there's just some weighting system happening behind the scenes where that one just has a very low probability of showing up, or if it's some specific criteria has to be met that for some reason is very unusual that we ever get in that situation to begin with. I don't know, but it's a weird one. Alright, well, it is starting to get fairly late here, so I'm thinking we might be looking at having this next one be our penultimate rite, and then we'll go into our liberation rite after that, which means if there is anything else we want to see before the night is through, then this may be our last chance to make that happen. And Core says, in that case, let us head over to the Glade. Is that all? Or is there anything else in addition to that? Oh, okay, well, we'll turn the sermon intro on. Fair. Anything on top of that? Course, Truce and Exiles, okay. At least one sap. I mean, it is the sap arena, I suppose you could say. So that does make sense. Is that it? Or are we looking for even more here? Okay, hold on. We've a masteries request. Only skills from one side cannot split between the trees. So you need to go either 100% left side or 100% right side. That may very strongly influence which characters the players want to take. And Grand Ceremony will be the song. Alright, that's almost everything. What do we... Is Talisman's the only thing we haven't done? In that case? I mean, at this point, someone might as well do Talismans. If we're doing everything else... Even if you don't have a specific idea in mind, just for the sake of basically having everything requested here. I'm sure you can come up with something, right? Only choose from even rows on the talismans. No page 2. Okay, off the top of my head, I have no idea what that means. But we're gonna, or well, in terms of which talismans are available and which talismans are unavailable. But we shall find out. Core says he has no idea either, so you know what? We'll see.
Ark exiles.
Maybe those are all the best talismans, maybe all the worst.
Here you shall be tested by your adversary. Know that the scribes themselves are watching. The fate, stand prepared. Higher heart, stand prepared.
Alright, so a lot going on here. You must have at least one sap. All characters must take either 100% left side or 100% right side masteries. Even rows for your talismans, which I did not really see. Did not have much time to process what that means. Failure selection there. Both players starting off with that sap. Let's see. It's 2, 4, and 6. Okay, so no speedy throws. But both players take the sap first. Core goes for the quarterback manly. Let's see, what else? That second row, what, Curve Fang, maybe you see people take sometimes, but and Flame Leash. But otherwise, not a lot of popular things there. The fourth row, Luminous Idol, Living Flame, pretty darn uncommon. Lunar Glass, you could sometimes take for speed. No Prayer Beads. Right Light, every once in a while. Banishing Throws, Sling Bullet. And page 2 is not allowed either, so it's pretty restrictive, this talisman request. There are some decent ones, but not many that are in that top tier of most popular choices. You can take one of the rings, but not the other. That'd be a bold strategy.
Stats are good. It's fine. When are we
I mean, it's still a total of 6 stats. Although if you were to take a pure 1 type stat boost, then you can still go higher. You can tell we're making the players think here. This is one of the more difficult sets of requests we've done in a while, I'd say.
Wait, you can't split. You can't split.
Oh, did he? Oh. Did you split the masteries across 2 different sides?
You did.
That's a no-no.
Ah, damn.
That is a no-no.
Okay.
That will also be something that... And look at this. Bonus value for the sermon intro.
You stand upon the glade of Liu. Each of you seeks to be free from this forsaken land. We soon shall see who is the most deserving. The Fate stand ready. Pyre hearts stand ready.
But yes, that masteries request can certainly have a pretty strong influence on which classes the players want to take as well. There are several classes where you would very much like to split those masteries across the two different trees. The saps are required that the players use at least one of them, and that's actually a class that is pretty good at going all in on one side, so that's not a huge issue. But the imps usually would benefit quite a bit from splitting across the two sides. Phaler does still stick with the Tizo there and extra presence from the talisman slot, but we'll have to sacrifice going all left side on the masteries. Core. All right side on Gilman. Should you do Infiniworms here? I mean, obviously you already have taken a non-worm, but goes for the leech on Gilman. And between the combination of pretty restrictive talismans and only being able to take one side of the masteries, that can make things very tricky. Harps can be pretty good at taking one side of the tree. Crones as well. As Phaler goes right side for the Crone Salute and the full leech as well from the Talisman. And that is a combination that is, I mean, you probably wouldn't go 100% right side, you'd probably still take one mastery on the left side, but that's somewhat similar. Pretty darn close to what players might take in a match where there are no requests at all. And this is interesting. Didn't Phaler take an all left side imp, and now we see Core going potentially all right side with his imp. But also the Scribe Rock. Alright, so here we go. In this match in which both players needed at least one sap, can only take even row talismans, and for the masteries, have to go all in on one of the two sides. Cannot split between left side and right side. And collectively, those requests have made this rather tricky to build a good team here, but it is Phaler getting us started with a 7 damage throw from his sap. Tizo for Phaler is banished. And Core, quickly with his worm, 15 damage and 8 leech.
Not let this go to your heads, Pyre.
Series of exploding saplings. And that means Phaler the only one here who can do anything, but Core took all left side on his sap, which means that Numbing Gust was active, and that was enough to slow Phaler down. Phaler also went that route with his sap, so neither team has any rekindling here, despite seeing all these saps. There is, once again, Numbing Gust active. Gertrude eludes one defensive play, but does eventually get banished. Core, banished as well. Those exploding saplings take out Volfred. Phaler waits for his reinforcements, but may not need them. Core. Gilman, unblockable worm throw is short. Core through the portal. And has that range from quarterback Manly, but not enough time to get the throw off. And Phaler has done well from a banishing standpoint, but that Numbing Gust has been a big factor for Core here. As we were saying, Failure has it as well, though we haven't seen it activated as much on the other end. Here it is, though. As soon as I say that naturally. Slowing Core down this time. Big banishment from the exploding sapling from Wolfred. But once again, Failure slowed down, and Core with enough time to make the defensive stand.
Now to the flame. The orb is up.
Failure, banished with Bertrude. Orb remains unclaimed at the moment. Core goes back to scoop it up.
A mere attempt.
Now with infinite stamina on Gilman, makes a rush, but is stopped. And what is turning out to be a very defensive matchup here. I think these exploding sapling saps have had a lot to say about that. The imps on both sides as well. Hasn't been much time or space to do much of anything offensively here for either player. It may end up being a bit of a war of attrition here, as just a matter of patience, who eventually finds a way to break through and whittle down at the opposing Pyre. While it's Core here, throwing for 9, and although that might not be a huge amount of damage, it's the most we've seen in quite some time here.
Water to dry.
Gilman. And Manly.
Alas for Gilman.
Manly with that range. They don't call him quarterback for nothing. Here is quarterback Manly once more. Looking for that safe spot from which to throw the orb, and this could be it.
Banished all of
But not enough time to get that one on target there. Wolfred. He's banished. Core with quarterback Manly once more. Once again, not enough time though. Has the extra range, but does not have the extra throwing speed as Failure blinks straight in with his staff. And Failure also uses the Crone's Loot, transforming all of Core's Exiles into Defenseless Howlers, except he banished one of them, and Core had a right side Imp. So he could transform back into Imp form, and suddenly, the ace of Failure's sleeve might not amount to much of anything here, as it looks like Core has weathered the storm.
yes.
As all of his once Howlers have made it back.
Engulfed within the aura.
And in fact, there's even time for
Gilman
Core to throw this in for 15 and get 8 leech on top of that.
The orb is taken. All of the fate gone.
Everyone down on... Oh, I thought... Did Failure go for the rekindling? I thought he had also gone left side. Maybe he did initially, but might have switched it when we set ourselves back up. But it is Failure, plunging for 25 and then leeching for 13 as well. As we were saying before, usually you would see the Crones take the first mastery, at least the first mastery on both sides of the tree, which would mean they'd always have at least 30 damage, but it was 25 because Failure does not have that first mastery on the left side.
Stands unopposed.
Everyone down on Core's end. Is Failure quick enough? He is, and he has the extra damage on his Imp, because that Imp is all left side.
Shall the fates press their luck, perhaps?
And if Failure does have an all right side sap, that means that he has far more rekindling. Wait, but he has the...
Gilman banished.
No. He must still be left side, because he has the exploding... Yeah, he has the exploding saplings. They couldn't ever both have exploding saplings. It must be that, Well, first of all, yeah, Messenger Imp was doing some weird stuff on Core's side. It was that, yeah, it looked like everyone was gone on Phaler's side, and yet Core was able to move, which is what prompted me to say that in the first place. But Phaler must have had some exile that was hiding in a corner somewhere. But Phaler plunges for 30, and if nobody has Rekindling, then that means Core is down to 3 Pyre life. Now, he does have some leech on Gilman here, so it is possible he could slowly get himself back up out of 1-score range, but as of right now, that is a risk he needs to consider. Not a lot of margin for error here. Phaler, however, is without Bertrude in this round, after plunging with her. And there goes the throwing route, but it is intercepted. Volfred throws, but the throw is short. Core with it back now. With Gilman, now does Core try to go out of his way to score with Gilman to try to get some of that leech? At most, it's what, 8 leech per score, and that's still going to take a little while. Going to need at least 2 scores for that to become a factor.
The orb is up.
Well-placed sapling from Phaler there to get the banishment. Well-placed sapling from Core that time to get the banishment. Everyone down on both sides. Phaler the first to get someone back. It's Volfred, but Core much closer to the orb. Does he force the issue with Gilman? Well, it's Messenger Imp here, slowed down by the Numbing Gust, so he will not be quick enough to make it straight in.
How very sad for the Pyre Hearts.
And one of the other interesting factors, because the players chose different sides of the tree with their imps, is that Core has portals, as you can see here, and now has a very dangerous one at that, whereas Phaler does not. And especially in these... Whoa, well, not that it matters here, as Phaler does sneak through with his imp and gets the winning plunge. GG.
Scribes which kept their flame alive.
Very defensive showdown there.
The rite is complete.
All right, well played, you two. I was gonna say, maybe that portal was gonna be a factor given how
Stars.
we had that Numbing Gust active so often. All right, but I think it is time. I think it is time now for us to head to the Fall of Solium for our Liberation Rite, our final rite of the night. That means no requests for this one. We'll just have the players take their preferred teams here, and we will go for Never to Return Pyre Hearts Edition. So, if you guys are ready, then let's get started.
Good evening, exiles. Welcome to the Fall of Solium. You are gathered to conduct this rite. Prevail and earn the favor of the scribes. The fate, stand prepared. Pyre Heart, stand ready. Who shall conduct this rite?
Alright, so as we were saying, this will be our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. So no requests, both players are taking their preferred teams, as Phaler starts us off with a Ninja Almer as his lead. Core will take a Speedy Saluting Bertrude. Phaler goes Wet Lanthorn Raji. Core will go Aura's Scale on Gilman. Final choice for Phaler is Titan Tooth for stuns on Ignarius. Oh, hold up. You have a presence penalty on Raji there, or messenger there, just a heads up. Does that fix it? It does not.
That would have been pretty cool if it worked.
That would have been, yeah. All right, well, here we are, our final rite of the night. Our Liberation Rite, Phaler on the left representing the Fate, and Core on the right representing the Pyre Hearts. Best of luck to you both. And there it is.
Fate have proved their worth.
Good game.
GG.
GG.
Rather convincingly, I must admit.
Well played, you two.
Thus ends the Liberation Rite.
And as we were saying, that was our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. So thank you everybody who participated in the rites today, and thank you everybody who gave us the request today in chat as well. But that's going to be it for me for tonight, so I'm going to hop out of Discord. And I will catch you guys next week. Whatcha? Oh no, they could see me leave Discord that time. Because it was on the other monitor. Oh no, what will I ever do? Well, I will throw this screen on, first of all. But as I was saying, that was our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. So thank you everybody who participated in the rites today, and thank you everybody who gave us the request today in chat as well. Also, for what it's worth, random little side note, my headphones are like pretty broken, so sometimes I can only hear the higher or lower pitched sounds. So for that last Liberation Rite, I could only hear Darren's voice. I could not hear Ashley's voice. So I was like, wait a second. There are some circumstances in which we get alternate versions of the song where we only hear Darren's voice. Did that trigger for some reason on the fall that time? And then, then I was like, wait, no, that's just a me thing. That's just a me thing. But anyways, that's an aside. This was, of course, Pyre Community Rite Night, and if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then the best way to do so is by joining the RITE Club Discord server, which you can do by clicking on Whoop, nope, hold on, I spelled that wrong. Hold on. That link right there. My name is Lids, I'm hosting these RITE Nights, and if you are interested in checking out other things that I'm doing, my streaming schedule is Fridays, we are doing Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer. Saturdays, we are doing Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Sundays, obviously, we're doing Pyre. Then Lids Vids on YouTube as well, posting the VODs for all those streams, so if you missed anything, you can catch it there as well. Also doing some Gwent videos, the Witcher-themed card game, as well as some other things here and there too. And if you haven't done so yet already, of course, you can also hit the follow button to get notification for when I go live. You can also follow me on Twitter, @LidsVids. I post there when I go live as well, but actually the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is by joining my Discord, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. But that's going to be it for me for tonight, so thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.